Good afternoon, alumni. Today I will be talking about how the increased research on the Alzheimer's disease has helped medical advances occur. The first time this disease was recognized was by the Dr. Alois Alzheimer, and in 1931, the invention of the electron microscope allowed the further study of the brain in detail, which then allowed scientists to realize that the Alzheimer's disease and where it was. Due to further research afterwards, in 1976, the Alzheimer's disease was recognized as the most common form of dementia. And in 1979, Jerome H. Stone and representatives from several family support groups met with the National Institute of Aging to explore the value of a national, independent, and nonprofit organization to complement and stimulate federal efforts on the Alzheimer's disease. That meeting, of course, resulted in the formation of the Alzheimer's Association with Mr. Stone as the founding president, and this all occurred by 1980. Medical advances had finally occurred in 1984, which is practically 40 years later, when researchers George Glenner and Wong reported the identification of a novel amyloid protein. This is also known as the beta-amyloid. This is a chief component in the Alzheimer's brain plaques and a prime suspect in triggering nerve cell damage. Now knowing what the cause of the Alzheimer's disease was, would later help scientists develop treatments for it. We can see that due to the nationwide infrastructure of the Alzheimer's research established in 1984, by 1986, researchers were finally able to identify the tau protein. The tau protein was a key component of the tangle and the second pathological hallmark of the Alzheimer's disease and another prime suspect in nerve cell degeneration. This protein finally helped scientists realize that the Alzheimer's disease was actually making the brain degenerate. By 1987, more medical advances were just happening much more quickly due to the technology and the advance in it. We can see that the first deterministic Alzheimer's gene was finally identified, and they were able to realize that the Alzheimer's disease is actually inherited by the chromosome 21. In 1993, the first Alzheimer's risk factor gene was identified, which was form of a protein. Treatments were finally found in 1993, when the first Alzheimer's drug was approved by the FDA. We can see that this drug helped patients actually have hope for the future, because they were finally able to have a drug that was going to help them with their lives, knowing that they were going to be stuck with the Alzheimer's disease. And in 1999, the Alzheimer's vaccine was successful in mice. Having known that this vaccine was successful in mice, Alzheimer's patients were able to be hopeful for the future that they were going to be able to develop a treatment for humans. And in 2004, the first report on Pittsburgh compound B. We can see that this compound plays a big part in the Alzheimer's disease. Now, today in the present, we can see that Alzheimer's disease is still being researched. And although there is no current cure, we hope that in the